Hello YouTube, it's your host with the most, Archangel here, and today we're going to talk about Fallout 76 and my ideas for it and what I think is going to happen. So, there's a lot of rumors floating around out there right now from Jason Schrader and Reddit and 4chan and all over the place, and devs are saying stuff from Bethesda, and it's just a lot of information and a lot of speculation, and it's obviously an offshoot, much like Fallout New Vegas. It's not a entry into the franchise like Fallout 4 was, and Fallout 3, and the original ones. But it is. They did say that it's going to be something similar yet new. And one of the first hints that I want to talk about is a Fallout multiplayer, a co-op game. I know that a lot of them out there, a lot of the other videos are talking about it being a Rust clone or DayZ clone. And I don't really think that that's going to be the case because it may have some similarities, but Bethesda hasn't, they have a history of bringing us great games. I'm personally a huge fan of Rage. I cannot wait for Rage 2. I've been a fan of Skyrim and ESO and Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas is personally my favorite, which is why I'm really excited for Fallout 76, because it's not a core sequel, I guess, like 3 and 4 are. I wouldn't even call them core sequels, but you know what I mean? They kind of tend to tie into each other a little bit. It's not a numbered entry is what I'm saying. I mean, it is because Fallout 76, 76 is in the title, but it's not a numbered entry as 3 and 4. And a lot of what I'm hoping for is I'm actually really excited for a co-op Fallout, if it's done right. Now, that's that whole if it's done right, it's what ifs. We can sit around and throw out what ifs all day long. What if it's good? What if it's bad? What if it's a wasteland and you can die, get killed by anyone like in DayZ? I've never played Rust, so I can't really comment on Rust. But what I can say is what I would like to see is I would just like to see a normal Fallout story with a bunch of side quests and a bunch of stuff, and you just being able to go out there with your friends and investigate with your friends and explore with your friends, and honestly think that it should be 2 or 4. 6 is pushing it. 2 or 4. 2 is great because it's a partner. 4 is awesome because it's a squad. Just think of the role plays that you could do with a 4-man squad. You could be a pre-war special forces unit that's was cryogenically frozen like in Fallout 4. You could make a role play out of that. You could be, 4 friends that just grew up in a vault together, and Reclamation Day you decided to go out as a group so you could have each other's backs. Like, just the role play ideas are just endless with this, with a co-op. That's how I see it. It's just a normal Fallout game with drop in, drop out with your friends. That's what I think would be the best route. That's just my opinion. There's plenty of people out there that have a completely different opinion than me that don't even want a co-op Fallout game. And, I understand people being apprehensive about it. We love this series. We're gamers. This is what we do. We want to be able to, jump into a single-player game and not have to worry about being griefed by people in airplanes or griefed by people who can sit there all day and play the game when, I've got a full-time job. I get up before most people and go to work, and I don't get home till 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Sometimes I'm not home until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning the next morning. And, I can't sit there and play video games all day like I used to. But you got these people that can, and I can understand people not wanting to be attacked by people who can just pour hour after hour into this game and get so far ahead of them. That is a concern that I can understand and get behind. But if it's just drop in, drop out with your friends, what's the big deal? You can still play the game by yourself. Look at The Division. Look at Ghost Recon Wildlands. Those games, same way. 4 players, drop in, drop out. You can completely go through the game by yourself. I played through most of the Division by myself when I did my storyline for one of my characters, because my schedule was just different than everyone else's. You know, you can set it up to where if you complete a quest on a friend's game, then, you know, it completes on your game. So it's got that seamless transition. Or if, you know, they've already completed a quest, then, I mean, you just do the quest. There's nothing I can do about it. There's not really any ideas that come to mind how they can make that make sense, you know? Another way that I could see it is I could see it being instanced like Destiny, where you've got a hub area, Vault 76, or towns that you can enter, because, you know, every time you enter, most of the time in this game when you enter a town, you have to go through a load screen. So you enter this town, Vault 76 or another vault, and it's a hub area. It's a hub world that you share with all the other players, and you can trade, you can chat, you can form parties, you can hunt down targets, you can do all this stuff, you know, that you can do in a normal hub world. There's faction leaders there and whatever, and then you go through a loading screen and you're entered into an instance with, let's say, they cap it out at you know, I don't depends on the size of the map, but let's say 5 people that you could run in, you and 4 other people, or 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32, you know, it just depends on the size of the map. I think one of the things that a lot of people are afraid of is that it's gonna ruin the game, because it's gonna, you know, do something that's not Fallout, where supposedly they say, hey, it's still Fallout, you know, which, I mean, we won't know. E3 starts in 4 days. I think the Bethesda press conference is the 10th or 11th. I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday or Monday. So we'll find out then, because you know this game is coming out this year, right? Like, they did that with Fallout 4. They announced it, and then it came out. They did the exact same thing. They did a teaser the day before. They did the trailer 12 days before E3, like it was this time. And now they're going to, at E3, they're going to give us a more information, a more in-depth trailer, most likely some gameplay, probably another tag-along app like Fallout Shelter, and then come this fall, probably, you know, no, I think November is when Fallout 4 came out. I want to say between September and November is going to be our release date window, and that's big. I'm leaning more towards between October and November. There's a rumor out there about a release date in August. I don't have that one up, but no, that's not happening. It's not coming out in August, and if it does, I will be completely surprised. But back to what I was saying about the hub world, you know, that's an option to where, you know, you've still got that. You can go out in your group, you can go out by yourself, you can do story missions, you can do whatever. You can do, there's probably going to be world events, if it, you know, random things happening. That's something I'd like to see, even if it was just a single player. More random events happening, more like UFO crashes, an increased number of raiders. I mean, I know you can do mods for stuff like that. You know, just random things happening in the world more, and less scripted stuff. That's just something I'd love to see in a Fallout game overall. Now, you know, you could do the stuff where you've got a raider camp, and that other person in your instance is attacking that raider camp, and you can help them, or you can catch them in the crossfire. You can let them kill all the raiders, and while they're sitting there patching themselves up, pop with a sniper rifle. That is the that would suck, and I really don't want to see that. I honestly, like I said, I think the best is drop in, drop out co-op. So that way you don't have to do it. You don't have to deal with other people, because I think the The whole instance of, you know, you leaving and then it randomly pairing you with random people like a lobby is a bad idea, because a lot of people are still going to be able to grief you, and I think there should be an option to turn that off if that's the way they're going. But I honestly don't think that that's the way that they're going. Not one bit. So drop in, drop out is definitely the best way to do it. And who knows? I mean, maybe it could just be an alternate game mode, like a battle royale mode. You know, a lot of people are speculating that. And what I want to do with this video, my main point that I'm trying to make with this video is, don't judge it and hate it because you don't know anything about it. You know, it could be the best Fallout yet, or it could be the worst Fallout yet. And honestly, you know, you learn. Bethesda's gonna learn, hey, our fan base really liked this, we should do this again. Or our fan base really hated this, let's never do this again, because you learn more from failure than you do from success. So this video is going on a lot longer than I'm into. I'm done ranting. Like, subscribe, and come back for more speculation videos coming up in the next few weeks, and a E3 recap after E3. Like, subscribe, and share.